guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing a Transformers review on Titans Returns Overlord. And wow, I really like this set, but it is not perfect. So let's go ahead and talk about the set. It transforms into the two separate alt modes, it transforms into the base mode, and of course we got the robot mode. But before we take a look at any of that, we gotta take a look at his little Titan Master Dreadnought, which I really like, with the cyan head and the gold face. You get some gray, you get some black. I believe because there's two different versions of black in this, the upper legs is the black mold coloring that they use for the nose cone, and then the legs and arms is everything else on this toy, or most of, well, no, actually, it's definitely this section color. And I think that works out for him. And yes, he does have the face on the back. He's a pretty cool little Titan Master. You can let him pilot any of these vehicles as well. You can also bring in other Titan Masters if you want. I'm going to put these off to the side and focus on the jet mode. The jet mode is very nice. It looks like a Blackbird to me. I'm not sure what exactly this is. I don't really care to know. But, yeah, it looks really cool. I love the pods on the side, well, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call them pods because I don't really care. And you got the purple. You got purple and whites and blacks and light blues, and it's such a nice looking toy. I wanted them to do this for a long time, and finally they did. And he's got landing struts on the bottom, as well as these landing struts that look like something's missing from the toy. But, yeah, I have to make a point that it looks like there should be something here. There isn't. I don't know if initially they planned to add something there, but, you're not missing anything. There's no flap that's supposed to go there. It's not like something's supposed to be pinned in. So, I just want to point that out. But yeah, very cool. You can open up the bottom if you like, or open up the top. It's a little tricky to open, but whatever. You do need to open up the top and then the bottom because, I mean, I can't for the life of me. If you can, fine, but I have problems with that. There's no, there's nothing to grab onto from this side, so, yeah. But you can add the Titan Master, you can let him sit inside there. There's a little tab thing that will allow him to do that. And plug that back into place. Lower that down, and there you got the Titan Master piloting the vehicle, and he just popped off of the vehicle. But whatever. You also have some stickering on the front of the nose cone and on the back right here. I actually like that. But the Decepticon logo is wearing off. You also have some stickers on the wings and these giant engine jet booster things, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, this is pretty well done. It is weird that he's got different colored plastics for the black, but it's not that overly distracting. I don't think it's too bad. And then you got the tank mode, which the tank is a pretty cute little tank. I do like it. It's a little short. I wish it was a little longer, but not too bad. It's in blue, cyan, purple, and white, so you got more brighter colors in this. No rotating turret, but considering its transformation and the fact that this is his gun, I really don't mind. I understand it. You got little wheels. You got 3 wheels in general. And you can also open this up and add a Titan Master into that. Close that up, and there you go. There's also other pegs that you can use to attach the Titan Masters if you want. I'm not going to really show all that off, but you got a couple on the top here and a couple on the top here on the jet. You can take off the giant gun if you want, although now that's just weird. I mean, you could replace this gun with any other weapon, so that's cool. And you got Decepticon logos right there. A little bit of gray peeking through, but overall, really cool looking tank. I do like this little thing. Very nice. And it rolls pretty easily. I mean, I'm having no problem with that. So, anyways, with that said, I guess we could transform this into the base mode. Now, the base mode is not as good as the original, but the original one had more parts to work with, so I get it. But I wish he had more ramps, like the original one did. The blue ramps were pretty cool. Anyways, first thing you want to do is take these and pull these down. Just get that out of the way. take the front, pop that off, and move that off to the side. Bring this on the hinge, flip that up, and you can leave that like so. Next, take the tank. Oh, I did forget something. In jet mode, I'm not going to transform it completely. I was thinking I forgot something, but the Sky Shadow figure can combine with the tank mode and jet mode. Now, this isn't as good of a locking feature, but you got these little tabs that will go into these little holes right there, these little gaps. And you just try to line them up, and the jet just sits there. And, I mean, that looks alright, but as soon as you lift up the jet, it's not going to hold at all. So, anyways, going back to the base mode. Flip those down, flip that forward, and just leave that off to the side. Take the gun off from the tank, and take the legs and the turret, separate them like so, and try to swing them out. Maybe it's easier if I flip out the feet or something, or not. And just rotate those out like so. Take the legs and rotate them around. Bring them up like that. And then there's a joint that will allow you to bring it out like so. Rotate that around. Do the same thing to the other side. Rotate, bring it out, and rotate around like so. Open up the feet, and you get this little connection piece that you can use if you want. You don't have to specifically use it, but I do transform it like that because, hey, more transformation parts. And then you can bring this section in, and it will combine like so. And we're not done just yet. Take the jet front, and you're going to connect it the other way around now. Like so. And then take the gun and plug it onto the front. I don't know why it's difficult for me right now. There we go. And there you have the base mode. You can also bring out these little booster things and leave it like that. Maybe that will help because this is otherwise a floppy mess. But that's the base mode, and yeah, it's alright. I mean, at least he's got a base mode, but it could be a lot better now. Let's see if I can open this from this side. Come on. Oh, I can. Alright. I never done that before, but anyways, you can plug the Titan Master onto the top there. You can also plug him on the kneecaps on these little side panels. You can do whatever you want with that. And you can, of course, plug on some, or not plug on, but put on some vehicles or other Titan Master figures. Let's see, what else can you do with this? You can turn it around and basically see the top half of Overlord, if you like that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not that bad, and at least you have more wiggle room to do stuff with, because the legs can move out of the way. You can have that, which looks pretty cool, you know, you got a wider stance. You could also bring them out completely and just have this fortress, but it just looks awkward when you know that's the legs. It's not as obvious when you have it like this, and that's what I like, because it feels like it expands out. But this is the appropriate version, and it does feel like a mobile base, which is cool, but not really thrilling or anything like that. But I'm glad that's added in. You can combine the ramps from other bases onto this if you like. Overall, not gonna go through much on this. Let's just go into the robot mode. Now, in robot mode, you have to combine the jet and the tank anyway, so I'm just going to leave them like so. And transform the legs first. Bring them down like that. Rotate like so. Just have them down like that. Open up the feet. Bring the ramps in like that. And flip out the heels. And there you have the legs. Pretty much done. For the upper section, and yes, you got some missiles that you can open up. You want to bring this down, and these flaps will go back into place, and that will also help hold the torso so that hinge doesn't keep falling down. You take this, or you take the arms and you extend them out. You can do whatever you want with the wings. They're on a couple of hinges. The shoulders up here is tabbed in, so you have to untab that. I'm going to mention that again in a second. Take this backpack piece, flip that down completely, and I've noticed that it gets really tight at this point. So you want to, it's on a double joint. What I like to do is rotate that first from this point, and then rotate it from the body. Trust me, it's a lot easier if you do it that way. And then flip out the fists, and rotate the head, and there you basically have Overlord in his robot mode, but you may have noticed that there is no head inside there, just the helmet. Well, we'll plug on the little Titan Master in a second. First, I want to plug on the shield. You can take the peg right there, rotate that around, and I guess you can try to plug that into the hand, but the landing gear's just going to get in the way. You can rotate it like that if you want, but that's supposed to plug onto the shoulder like so. You can give him his gun if you like. You could also plug that onto the shoulder if you like. There, which is pretty cool. And then open up that, flip the Titan Master around, and plug that into place. Flip up the helmet, and there you have Overlord in his robot mode. And wow, this looks great. The coloring is nice, the shaping is good. He looks like Overlord to me. I really like what I'm seeing. I really do. He's got this boxy, chunky look to his legs that feel nice. The torso looks great, and he looks sturdy. Too bad that some of the joints in the arms is kind of loose. Now, there's something I need to mention. He's got a shoulder joint that goes up like this, but then he's also got another joint within the arm. So he's got this joint, and then he's got this joint. So when you combine that tab right there into the arm right underneath there for the alt mode or the base mode, you need to make sure that this joint right here inside the body is down all the way to where that blue square piece you can see is flat against there, and then bring the arm down and tab that into place. That's when you're going into any of the other modes. But of course, we're not in any of the other modes. Now, there is a way for you to combine two of these, as Takara has shown. I'm not going to show that off because I don't have another Overlord. You can apparently do this with Sky Shadow. I also don't have Sky Shadow, so I can't really show that off. What you can do, if you like, is flip down the feet and the heels. And unfortunately, he doesn't have much going for heels anymore, but he can still stand. And you've made him a little bit taller, so that's good. I do like that. So the feet and the heel, like so. Anyways, you could also take this section. There's a lot you can do with this toy. I'm actually surprised. And yeah, sometimes that peg will pop off of the joint. That's unfortunate. I don't like that. But you can rotate that up. And you may have noticed that I put the peg inside this section, and it's kind of tricky to take that out. You don't really need to do that. You can just have it like so, if you want, if that's easier for you. But I don't know. I don't know why I do that. But there is a tab right there and a little hole right there that will allow you to plug that into the chest. I don't know why, but you can do that. You can also take this and plug it back onto here. You could also take the gun and plug that onto the back here if you want. So you have multiple choices on what you want to do with this toy, which I really do like. You can also, another thing, is open up the chest, and the original one could hold Power Masters, but this can hold Titan Masters, but only certain ones because some of them like to get stuck, so you have to watch out for that. And it's easier to add the Prime Masters. And the Prime Masters look really cool on this toy, and actually makes a lot more sense than the Titan Masters, because it just looks like you got a couple of faces. Now, when you add the Titan Masters or Prime Masters, you can't close the chest all the way, but it's not really a big issue. You probably don't even want to close them. You probably just want to leave them open because, hey, he's got Prime Masters or Titan Masters inside him. Why would you want to close this off? Why would you not want to show that? I think it's pretty cool for him to incorporate that gimmick for Titan Masters, and it still works with the Prime Masters. Articulation, you got a rotation joint right here. You've got a joint right here. You've got a joint... Oops. I disconnected everything. You got a joint right here. You got a rotation joint. You got rotation right here. You've got an elbow joint. I guess the wrist can sway side to side. You've got a joint right here going out like that. Rotation, forward and back, yada, yada, yada. Joint right here. Rotation, if I didn't show that off. And a couple of joints in the feet if you really want to use that. Size comparison time. Let's do that quickly. And I'm just going to size compare him with one figure, and that is the Power Master Optimus Prime. And he's about the same height as that, but if you flip up the feet, and I'm just going to do that for the one side, you can get a little bit taller than Optimus Prime. I know it looks like he's a lot taller than him. He really isn't. But, you know, that could work. I do like that, so just want a difference. You want to make the bad guy look a little more powerful, you can do that. I think that's awesome. And this is the Hasbro version of the Power Master Optimus Prime. So, with that out of the way, what do I think of Overlord? He's fun. He's enjoyable. Most of his alt modes work. The base mode, not so much. It's here or there, but I think it's fine. You got a couple of loose stuff in the arms. This slider is a little too loose for my taste. And then also the rotation here, but other than that, I think it's fine. I mean, it stands up perfectly, so, you know, I'm not going to really overly complain about that. Now, there are third-party ones that you can get. That's totally fine. I do understand why people go after that. My say is, this is a cheaper version of Overlord that still works. It still works. It's fine. It's good. You know, if you are a collector on a budget, but you still want to pay for a good Titan, or good Overlord, I'd say, yeah, definitely get this. Again, it's a lot of fun. It's very simple to transform, you know, not hard at all, so that's good, if you're into that. Basically what I'm saying is it's not overcomplicating things. Yeah, I really like it. It gets the shape, it gets the design. This is a character that I wanted them to do for a long time, and they finally did it, and I'm happy. So, I'd say, if you really want Overlord, go ahead and get him. With that said, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I'll see you guys next time.